Like Puma, listen, I'm really curious. I wanted to save this for the show.
Yeah.
Because, oh shit. I think I know what I see. Wow, look at Puma. Got me a nice birthday gift.
Happy birthday to Mike.
The commissioner in my league. That's my reigning title.
Plus, it has like a wise guy feel, like the Godfather.
It really does.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that's genius. I'm
We're
obsessed.
in good health.
And you got my size, thank God. Oh, you're the man. You know what, dude?
Love you, bro.
This is the kind of stuff the wise guys are about. You never go empty-handed. Always come with something.
I always come with something.
I even got another wise guy gift. Tennessee Chris gave me this Tennessee hat. That would go really nice.
Sense, yeah.
I was wondering what kind of shirt I should wear tonight. This might be it. But people think I'm gonna hurt. What do you think?
No. I think it's great. I think this is a future shirt to wear on a show. That's for sure.
Oh,
draft
hell
season.
yeah.
Draft season next month. You're wearing
Dude,
that.
I love this shirt. I'm a sucker for like any type of brand tee or football style shit, and anything with sports on it. I love this. This is a great gift. One of the greatest.
You're welcome, pal.
Man, welcome to the Fantasy Wise Guys.
We're here.
We are here. We are your hosts, Myke Mills.
Joey Puma.
How you doing?
Reporter for duty.
Welcome again. And remember, please like, comment, and subscribe. We're getting down to business. 50 days away from kickoff. Like, comment, subscribe. Remember, follow us, Fantasy Wise Guys, on Instagram. You're already following us here on YouTube. And if you're not already, check us out on Spotify. Get us on the audio.
You know, usually when I go out to the local bars and stuff and I'm just around town, I always say you got to check out the Fantasy Wise Guys, especially on Spotify. You know, we love to show our pretty faces off on YouTube. But while you're in the car driving somewhere, I know there's a lot of places to go down the shore, or even if you're driving to work and you're commuting to work, take us in the car with you.
I know. I'm not going to lie. I was listening to it today. I had them on the AirPods instead. Usually I listen to it in the car just because I want to hear ourselves, know what I got to do to get better. How can I sound better for the audience? How can we deliver more? But I was like impressed. I think for 25 episodes, we've gotten pretty good.
Yeah. 25. I feel like progressing every time. We always knew the chemistry was there with one another, but it was all about just putting it together and just gelling and running. You know, sometimes like when you're good friends and you're talking, it doesn't translate to the camera.
I know.
But we have done a good job of that. And yeah, man, I'm ready to kick off the draft season. We're like, 2.5 weeks away? August 1st, people start talking about their drafts and, you know, when they're drafting. I know Labor Day weekend is one of the most popular times for drafting, and you're going to have us in the car with you.
Don't you have a draft on Labor Day?
Yeah, I do. I have 4 in a row.
Wow, that's a big week, man.
Big weekend, right?
Huge weekend. Jesus.
August 30th, 31, 1, 2, 3.
Dude, honestly though, I'm so excited. This seasonal depression is killing me, man.
You know, yeah, we're gonna get to it, and we've got a lot of news to get into.
I know. At least it's beautiful outside. But yeah, so today, the title of the show is labeled "Good News versus Bad News" because there's a lot of news. A lot of it's good, and a lot of it's bad. So also, which 2 players make the perfect stack? Is a stack important? Quarterback, receiver. Should you have 2 on the same team? Should you be looking to draft this? We're going to break all that down. But let's talk about some of the good news. We're going to go back and forth with good and bad. But one of the big things I want Puma to start off with, Garrett Wilson, our boy, signed a 4-year, $130 million contract extension. This is huge.
Like, it is really huge. Not only for fantasy, but just the morale of the New York Jets.
Yeah.
This is not a Jet thing to do, but for the New York Jets and Woody to step up and give Garrett Wilson an extension, it's huge. You know, you could go buy those number 5 jerseys. In your case, you know, switch to 17.
Have to.
But, you know, this means our guy is going to be here for at least the next 2 to 3 years. And we're safe with that. And as it relates to fantasy, now you know him and Justin Fields have the rapport from college, Ohio State. Justin Fields gets acquired this offseason. you know that Garrett Wilson is going to want to show people what they were in Ohio State. And I believe it will be, people think that Garrett Wilson has already broken out. I think this is, Mike, as you said it, your guy. He is going to break out in a big way and show why he deserved that 4-year 130.
I know, and I'm so happy for him, but I am a little upset at the timing because his ADP was kind of low, and now everybody's heads are turning. They're like, Garrett Wilson? But at the same time, there was people now that are up on him, but then there's also some that are down because they're like, oh, he's now a Jet for life, basically. Some people think it's a bad thing, but I definitely don't. He's the alpha over there.
Mike, in his last 3 seasons, Garrett Wilson, with a combined 6 quarterbacks, has had 1,000 yards. And that is really hard to do with the New York Jets. The touchdowns weren't always there, maybe 4 to 5 per year. But in terms of yards, like this guy gets the yak. And, fantasy, he is a wide receiver too. Just pencil him in there. I don't know about drafting him to be your wide receiver 1. I feel like that's a little bit too much Otis. But if you want to do 0 RB and have him as your wide receiver 2 flex play, I think it is great. And, especially now, Jalen Ramsey from Miami has been shipped off. It makes that division a little bit easier to catch balls against.
Speaking of quarterbacks, I saw Patrick Surtain had some things to say about Garrett Wilson. He labeled him as one of the most, and he tried to correct himself because he didn't want to insult Garrett Wilson, but he labeled him as one of the most, what did I guess he say? Not undervalued, but
underrated
players, wide receivers specifically in the NFL. And last year he finished still as a wide receiver 1, top 12, finished wide receiver 9. And like you said, you can have him as your wide receiver too. He's getting drafted in the 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah, somebody like Garrett Wilson or somebody that's on a team that, the offense is a little lackluster, but someone's got to catch targets, right? Someone's got to be there to get the ball. I feel like as a wide receiver too, why not take the flyer? The guy has a potential to literally carry your team.
Yeah, and last year 96% snap percentage. The year before that 92, and then rookie year 79, but still rookie year.
But 1,000 yards every year, right?
And he plays all 17 games and 1,000 yards every year. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I knew that stat coming in, and I just had to talk about it because a lot of people downplay Garrett Wilson because he is associated with the New York Jets. But for him to do it with that quarterback play, and now I believe the Jets have found their quarterback. Let's see, what they're going to do together.
Yeah, man. And now he is one of the most highest paid wide receivers in the league. So I'm happy for him. Keep a lookout for him on your draft board. Now let's get hit with some bad news. Rashee Rice, as you know, he was involved in a major accident last year in Texas. I believe it was like a hit and run, but he received a 5-year probation sentence and 30 days mandatory jail time for his involvement in this. He definitely will be suspended. So, I mean, I personally, I was already skeptical of him, but now dealing with the ACL and the legal troubles, I'm not interested in drafting him, even if it seems like it's a value.
Yeah, for me, Rashee Rice, we still don't know because the news has come out that, his jail has been determined. We now have to know the most important thing for us fantasy people out there is how long will the NFL suspend him for?
Yeah.
Or the Chiefs themselves. So I'm predicting at least 3 to 4 games, right?
Same. 3 or 4 weeks.
Right. And you're probably looking at a guy that you have to stash on your bench till October. Now, people out there might say, oh, well, it's just a bench spot. But as well as I know, that injuries happen, right? You have to check your IR, and that's huge. Always check your platform for your IR and bench spots. But IR, and also too, you have a young hot rookie on the wire. Now you have to potentially cut Rashee Rice. I mean, it just signals more decisions.
Yeah.
For me, Mike, and I'm gonna state it right now, a guy that I loved 2 years ago, I'm not drafting him. I am not going through that.
No, I can't.
Knowing that he's going to take up a roster spot, and now I'm backing myself into a corner of decision making. I want to add somebody because of roster size, or I want to add a defense on a bye week, and now I got to worry about, when is Rashee Rice going to come back? And when he does come back, when he's going to get going? Right? Because he's still going to have that grace period.
And honestly, if it was just a suspension, I wouldn't be as worried. But because of the injury, too, that also plays a key factor.
Right.
So now it's not like Alvin Kamara 2 years ago. What's up, Larry? It's not like Alvin Kamara 2 years ago where he was suspended for the first 3 games. If you drafted him, he was a good steal, late draft, because he came back after 3 games. He was already healthy, and he dominated. And it was a good, late round target to stash. But in this case, with the injury, it's just too much. And honestly, there's a couple of guys that definitely benefit from this. Xavier Worthy's one of them. I even think Travis Kelce moves up a spot or 2.
Yeah. No, Xavier Worthy's is definitely worthy of a top 5-round pick just because of this news. I mean, he gets bolstered up. I think he was the number 1 coming in anyway. But now you have a guy that, again, our last visions of Xavier Worthy was scoring 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
It stays in my head.
Which we called. He's definitely worthy of a high pick, and I believe will be Patrick Mahomes' new go-to guy.
Yeah, didn't we call that on our first episode? We made
him and Devontae Smith.
Oh man, yeah, we made some good calls there.
Yeah.
But Worthy, definitely worthy of a pick. That last game, like he said, is ingrained in our heads. And this year, the value's up. Mahomes, though, I had a bold prediction that he might finish top 3 quarterbacks. I don't know now. It's definitely a bold prediction, I'll tell you that much. But, Rashee Rice, stay away. Another guy stay away from right now, Quinshon Judkins. If you haven't heard, the man was arrested, domestic violence charge. Some sticky situation. We don't know the full details, but he did get arrested. He had to bail out $2,500, and now he won't attend training camp. The Browns basically said that they want him to focus on his domestic violence charge. He still hasn't been signed, and this guy was getting drafted in like the 4th or 5th round of mocks this season. This is not good.
Mike, I mean, he's not at Rashee Rice level, but he's right there because the Browns have not even signed this guy.
Yeah.
So the Browns have not even signed this guy. He's already in trouble. What's their motivation to sign him now? We just spoke about before the show started, that there are only 2 second-rounders signed from this past draft. So nobody was getting signed anyway. Now this guy has charges on him, and he's going to be they can't even put him on the commissioner's exempt list because that's the first thing that's supposed to happen when you're paid and you're going through that. But you can't even do that because he's not a paid employee of the NFL. Right now he's like you and I.
That's a shame.
And this definitely is putting a taint on his career, a little stain. Hopefully he comes back from it, but for this year, right now, I feel bad for the people that had their dynasty drafts already, and you took them in the first round or something.
Yeah.
But for right now, I'm saying no to Quinshon Judkins, and coming into it, I loved him and we loved him, but it's the All-American Ford show now.
Now look, and as of today, you're absolutely right. It is Ford's game, and we should definitely talk about him because I think Jerome Ford, although he is explosive at times and he makes good plays, he's nothing to really hone in on too much. Right. They also have other options too, but I don't know. What do you feel?
Because
would you take him?
For me, I'm just looking at Dylan Sampson. I believe he has the higher, ceiling. And again, you always want to go with youth in this situation because again, Jerome Ford is coming off a year where he was going into it last year and Nick Chubb wasn't starting and there was a problem there and he started off. Now, people are going to think that they can get Jerome Ford cheap, which, you will get him cheap. But is the production going to be there? We don't know. We still don't know who's going to be the quarterback of the Browns. So, for me, I'm just going to aim low, take Sampson as a flyer in the later rounds, and see how that situation trickulates.
Yeah, and right now they're speculating that Joe Flacco is looking to be the starter over there in Cleveland. And although, he's older, but we also don't know how long he'll stay in because last year he stayed with the Colts as a starter for about 2 games until they pulled him.
Right.
So that might happen again sooner this year. There's a couple of people behind him.
Right.
Other guys they'd like to give a chance.
the Shador chants are coming.
Yeah, but because that's where people are worried about, like certain pass catchers too. So forget Judkins now. And even if you're not worried about the Browns' backfield as much, let's say they do throw the ball. Can you rely on other guys on their team right now? David Njoku, Charles Tillman, Jerry Jeudy. I don't know. Really, the biggest guy to highlight was Quinshon Judkins, and now he's down.
I want to just put out something, just 2 seconds. I know a lot of people give this guy a lot of crap, but Shador, but not for nothing, he has no problems like this. If you want to talk about his game or how he goes about himself, it could be a little reckless, but in the end, it's nothing like this, and I foresee him being the starter of the Cleveland Browns sooner rather than later.
I mean, he's one of those rookies that I think, is really hungry and wants revenge after that awful draft.
He's got to have that Aaron Rodgers chip on his shoulder.
Dude, they blackballed him that whole draft. We all know it, and whether or not anyone wants to admit it, we never saw anybody fall that far in our life.
No.
When it came to the draft.
No, that was projected as a top 5 option at quarterback? No.
Yeah, drafted 5th round. So, and the other thing with Quinshon Judkins, obviously innocent until proven guilty. Listen, keep an eye on this situation, because I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of these money grab things. And I don't want to insinuate anything, but you never know. People sometimes make false accusations and the charges get dropped later. But in this case, as of now, he should be off your draft board. He's dealing with issues. He's not even in training camp. Don't even focus on him. Another rookie that people, I guess more speculation you could say. So Jaydon Blue.
Longhorn.
Ex-Longhorn. Now in Dallas, ex-Dallas Cowboys coach claims that there are rumors circulating that Blue is a lazy player. Lazy player. So there's not really much things you can hear about, but Sports Illustrated wrote about it. A couple other notable sports pages wrote about it. I don't know what to think, but I wasn't too big on the Cowboys backfield, and I'm certainly not big on this guy now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people out there would probably pump up Javonte Williams' value right now, and rightfully so, because Blue hasn't done anything. He's actually making us blue in the you-know-what. But at the end of the day, he is the youth, right? So, like I said with the Dylan Sampson comparison in the Browns situation, I feel like Jaydon Blue will eventually take over this backfield as well. I mean, if you look at the Cowboy depth chart, it's Javonte Williams, then Miles Sanders, right? Guys that have been basically, up to this point, now journeymen, right? They're on their second, third team. They're ahead of him in the depth chart, but that's only because he's a rookie. Now these reports come out. We don't know who has dislike for him or has animosity for him. We don't know. All I know is by Jaydon Blue's tape, he's a dog. So when the time comes and those preseason games come, I believe, Mike, that is very important watching preseason. A lot of people overlook it, but for these young running backs and young wide receivers, we want to see how these guys perform, because it can be somebody you could use down the road.
That's why you have to make sure you make your drafts closer to the start of the season, because you want to be able to see some of this stuff. But
injuries, all that stuff.
Look, no matter what, as of now, as of today, based on this news, I am not interested on any of the Dallas Cowboys running backs. Javonte Williams, him and his injury history, was not flashy last year. Miles Sanders, almost 30 years old, hasn't had a good season since he left Philadelphia and their amazing O-line. And now Blue, rumors of him being lazy. I don't care what he looked like in college. If he's a lazy player and we see it on the field here, he's going to get very little time and he's not going to be productive.
Mike,
so I'm staying away from him.
There's probably 3 backfields that I would like both their running backs over the Dallas starter. I mean, you got Minnesota with Jones and Mason. You'd rather have both of them.
Absolutely.
You could make a case for the Jets with Breece Hall and Braylon Allen.
Definitely.
And you could definitely make a case that we just saw with Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson in Washington.
No brainer.
So, just those 3 situations, the second guy has standalone value. I'd rather take him over Javonte Williams, Jaydon Blue, or any of the Dallas runners, just because they're going to have value. Right now, it's looking like just Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb with sprinkle of Pickens.
Yeah. And those are the only people I'm really interested in the Cowboys offense. It's I like my man CeeDee, Pickens now there, and Dak Prescott maybe as a late round quarterback option, super flex, keep him in mind. I mean, listen, it's not much news to write home about what, an ex-Cowboy coach from 20 years ago said something.
Right.
But I don't know if he'd be lying. And like I said, a lot of notable reports have been written about this from notable companies. So we'll see. We'll see if the rumors hold true. So another bit of news on a better note, Tre Harris, the rookie holdout, is over. Ex-Ole Miss alumni.
Rebel.
Yeah, my man, listen, I'm excited for him because he's one of the second rounders that finally got signed. As you know, a lot of second round picks in the draft did not get signed this year so far, still in contract holdout. They signed already about half of them. Half the teams have already come to terms with half the amount of rookies. But, yeah, now he ends the holdout.
Oh, I just hit another one.
Did he stop? You got a home run?
Come on, I'm an animal.
Was it that guy you were saying?
Yeah, it was the guy.
Cash out on?
Junior. Tampa Bay Rays, I'm an animal.
Wow.
Tell me I'm not an animal, bro.
Puma parlayed anytime home runs. Holy shit, man. It makes me want to do some anytime touchdown.
Oh, wait, I got to get this up. We got a show to do. But yeah, baby.
It's unbelievable.
All right, back to Tre Harris.
So, yeah, Tre Harris, honestly, him signing this contract now is huge because Mike Williams retired.
Yes.
As you know, who else is over there?
Well, also you got Ladd McConkey, right? He's your ex right now, but we need somebody alongside him. Tre Harris brings an AJ Brown kind of element, big body. Other than that, there's nobody really notable to speak of. With the Mike Williams retirement, there is not a third option. Your boy, what's his name?
Quentin Johnson.
Quentin Johnson.
That's who I wanted to
Butterfinger
say, yeah.
boy.
Not catching many passes.
Yeah, no, we cannot rely on that.
Can't at all.
And they used to have, what's his name? Joshua Palmer. He's gone to the Bills of Buffalo.
Yep.
So, for me, Tre Harris, through the roof right now. If you took him in a rookie, dynasty draft, through the roof, I think he could have a big impact, especially with Justin Herbert. He needs that second option. I love it, Mike, and he's somebody to keep note of as going forward and to watch in preseason.
I think Herbert really does need somebody, especially on the outside. That's exactly why I think he could be a great late-round pick.
Yeah, for sure.
And that offense, I mean, although they're a big running offense, I'm still going to look for guys like him, guys that I can get late, that I could stash on the bench and see what they do.
Absolutely.
Tre Harris, one of them.
Tre Harris, that's good.
What
good guy
else
to talk
do we
about.
got there? Oh, so
Vets.
Terry McLaurin. This was a good one because right now he seems unhappy. There's no rumors going around that the Commanders want to move him or anything, but he's unhappy because he hasn't signed a contract extension. He's watching everybody else sign deals, the biggest deals of their lives, and he can't get any more money. He's probably pissed right now, and I don't know. This definitely affects the rapport there.
Yeah. For me, Terry McLaurin has to be taken care of. I mean, if you think about it, Terry McLaurin has been there when they were the Redskins. But, Terry McLaurin has gone through shit. He's been with Tyler Heineke. He's been with, what's the dude that was on Seattle?
Sam Howell.
He's had some bum quarterbacks. So, for me, they got to do a Garrett Wilson to Terry McLaurin.
He's 29 years old. That's the problem.
And that's okay. He's experienced, and he was big in that NFC game, right? Kept him in there a little bit.
Yeah.
I believe that is Jayden Daniels' #1 target, and my super stack that I had last year in our league.
It was.
So for me, they got to do right by Scary Terry. He's a Redskin or whatever you want to call it, Washington Commander, and I believe we got to keep him here for life.
Yeah, I'm not saying, honestly, he's amazing. I'm not saying you shouldn't sign him, but maybe there's some sort of
You did bring up the age thing a little bit.
I'm sure that's part of the contract negotiation because behind the scene right now, his agent.
He's 29. Yeah.
So with their skepticism, I'm skeptical now. I'm not saying I wouldn't draft him, but there are other receivers around him that I feel like are a little bit more enticing. So let me name a few. So around that time that he's getting drafted. JSN, would you rather have Jackson Smith-Njigba or Terry McLaurin?
Right now, I'd rather JSN.
So I'll read a couple more to you.
We'll do Would You Rather. Let's play Would You Rather.
So who would you rather, Mike Evans or Terry McLaurin?
Come on, Mike Evans.
I'm going to take Mike Evans.
Give me
Terry
a better
McLaurin or DJ Moore?
You're going to think I'm crazy. Terry McLaurin.
I'm going DJ Moore in that scenario. All right, Marvin Harrison Jr. or Terry McLaurin?
Marvin Harrison Jr. He's got more upside.
You got to take
You got to give me one a little bit lower. Okay, DK Metcalf or Terry McLaurin? You see? That's a tough one.
In that case, I have to go McLaurin.
Okay, thank you.
I go him there.
Okay, how about this one? Your boy, Devontae Smith or Terry McLaurin? You've got a super team's number 2 wide receiver versus another team in the division. They're 1. Who you taking?
I got to take McLaurin there.
Okay, you see? I made a great case for you. You better give me 3%.
Well, listen, McLaurin, if he gets paid, he'll probably be happy, and I'm sure they'll come up with something before that.
Yeah, I think that guy has been a leader in the clubhouse, and you lock him up, you make him captain again. He's a good teammate, and he hasn't caused any problems there.
Oh, yeah.
I loved him from day one.
No, that's going to be an impressive team this year. They got Deebo now. It gives them another option. The defenses have to now worry about both sides of the ball,
and
both sides of the field.
I mean, not that this matters for fantasy, or it does a little bit. They signed Von Miller, and that could be big for Commanders' defense, right? Him coming in on a 3rd down, getting a sack.
They've picked up so many players. They're going all in on this quarterback.
Mike, this is going to be a great year for Commander football. And they got Deebo. They've got Von Miller. They brought back Bobby Wagner, the middle linebacker. Just from a whole team morale standpoint, you got to keep this guy and keep Jaden Daniels progressing.
They'll come to a deal, I'm sure, at some point.
You can't get Deebo and then have Terry sit. It just doesn't make sense.
Oh, exactly. It'd be ridiculous. But, I wouldn't be surprised nowadays. You see some weird stuff, but probably not there. One of the last things, Jordan Addison. So we all knew he was already, under investigation. He accepted a plea deal for a lesser charge. So he wasn't under investigation. He got arrested for a DUI, but he accepted a plea deal for a lesser charge in a DUI case. Definitely will result in suspension. Another guy, I wasn't interested in drafting him, but I'm pretty sure Puma would probably take a late round flyer on him. What do you think?
Yeah, for me, I'm Jordan Addison all the way. People make mistakes. There's Quentin Judkins mistakes, and then there's Jordan Addison mistakes. It's just like being with a friend, right? You treat everyone differently. You don't treat everyone the same. So for me, Jordan Addison still has value and can be a sneaky pickup. You're going to have people look the other way with Jordan Addison, and he's going to go rounds 9 and beyond. I mean, right now he's sitting at a 3-game suspension. Not that, yes, Rashee Rice, the comparison, he's coming off the injury. Jordan Addison is actually coming off a great year. He was a wide receiver too, man. So for me, he's already healthy, right? I don't have to worry about his health. So he comes in, and I love that Kevin O'Connell offense. And I saw it flash a little bit with J.J. McCarthy and Jordan Addison in preseason before he had the injury. So for me, I'm all in on Jordan Addison. I am not fading him away. If I get him in the 11th round, sure, sit on my bench. Of course, week 4, you're coming in before October. I'll put you in at wide receiver 2.
Yeah, O'Connell, he's a ex-quarterbacks coach, loves his passing game. The last 2 years, I just noticed 10 touchdowns for Addison and then 9 touchdowns. So first 2 years, going to his 3rd year, young, 23. Yeah, I mean, look, you could definitely make a case for him. It just depends how early you want to draft him. But regardless, right now, be aware, he's probably going to get suspended. This case is solved. It's just a matter of when. So keep an eye out for him. Justin Jefferson, though, obviously this boosts him up. T.J. Hawkinson, in these absentee games, they're going to probably get a lot more of those vacated targets. What happened?
I'll give you a name to look forward to. Jalen Naylor. Anytime touchdown.
Who did you nail?
Jalen Naylor.
Naylor? Oh, man.
Next.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that happened since this last episode, I guess.
Last week, yeah.
That last episode we filmed, there was 2 or 3 things. One of them was Najee wearing an eye patch. We didn't really have much news going on.
Right.
But this week, there was a lot happening.
It was boom, 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 boom. A week's worth of news.
So now Jaydon Blue, just so you know, just came out. Wow, breaking news, I guess.
We got a breaking news. Lenny, get it across the screen.
Jaydon Blue, this is from Dallas Cowboys on SportsIllustrated.com. Jaydon Blue rips fake article claiming Cowboy staff has work ethic concerns. So basically saying that this is fake and that it's bullshit.
He said it's fake news, like
now,
Trump.
mind you, this same website were the same people that published an article about him a couple of hours ago, but now this one just came out.
Yeah,
so
those articles.
Said
nice.
The rookie running back isn't here for your slander. Just days before the team reports for the start of training camp, reports surfaced claiming there were growing concerns from his work ethic. Yeah, so look, be on the lookout. But as you know, innocent until proven guilty. This looks like he's innocent. I'm sure we'll hear more about it, so keep an eye out for that. Wow, that's interesting. He came right out and said it.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, like, you ain't going to take that smack. I still believe in Jaydon Blue. Balls.
I would be so pissed, too, because you know these people are just, they look for anything to write about, these beat reporters and bullshit.
Hey, they got to feed their family, too.
What people make little small podcasts and talk about people?
Yeah, really?
Who does that?
God damn it for those people.
What losers. And the people in the back are even bigger losers for listening to us. This ain't hockey season, Larry. So, oh, man. One of the most important things we want to talk about, the stack.
Oof.
Let me get a stack.
A stack of money.
Bro, who makes the perfect stack? I mean, you got to view the stack as a benefit, but also you got to review the value and be aware it's risky.
It's very risky. I mean, myself, going back a year ago, as we were entering our draft, I knew that I could potentially have one of the most low-key stacks. That's where I went with Terry McLaurin and Jaden Daniels. A lot of the stacks for me represents, value, ADP, right? Average draft position. When did we get these players? Because, for instance, the most popular stack is Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. But you know that you're going to have to invest maybe a first round, second round, or a third round pick in out of two of these players. So for me, that's a little too rich. At the end of the day, I'd rather have someone that could run more. If you fall into a situation like we were talking to before, well, Lamar or Joe Burrow, because Lamar gets more points sometimes because of his legs. You fall into an issue like that. So for me, I like to see where the value is.
The value. And that is a great point, because if you mention, let's say Jamar Chase, if you draft him right now in the first round, chances are your best chance to get Joe Burrow is again in the second and
third round.
Second or third round.
You're not going to get him in the fourth round.
Because you're not going to get him there. And most likely to get Jamar Chase, you have to have the number one pick. So you'll get the turn. But that's a long wait after the third round to hope you get him back in the fourth.
Just to get two players from the same team.
And if you get him in the third round, that means you might be possibly skipping over Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, other people.
And other skill positions.
Other skill positions.
You're missing out on a top tight end, Brock Bowers, Trey McBride. I mean,
Kyron Williams.
Chase Brown. You're missing out on fruitful players to just have one stack that is not your whole team. Quality over quantity.
And what were we talking about earlier? Oh, yeah, so 2 years ago, you remember what happened with these guys? Joe Burrow and Chase?
Yeah, we were talking about when Joe Burrow got hurt, and the backup, it's escaping me right now, Jake Burrows or something like that.
Browning.
Right. Browning came in, Brown-nosed Browning, and literally would only throw to T. Higgins. He would only throw to T. Higgins.
Yeah.
And I never forgot it. To go win my championship, I traded, because I had it back in the day where you could trade in the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
So I traded Devon Achane and a second-round pick for T. Higgins. And T. Higgins took it home for me.
Though.
And that night, NBC, T. Higgins took a 5-yard out and ran it to the distance.
Oh,
and
man.
I play with bonuses, so on that one play, he had 40 points.
Holy shit. Unbelievable, man. I'm looking at this list. You have had a lot of these stacks before.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Jaden Daniels, McLaurin.
Yeah, last year was Jaden Daniels, McLaurin. The year before that was the Justin Fields, DJ Moore.
Yeah, I see what it is now.
In our last mock draft, I had Mike Evans with Baker Mayfield. That's another option.
I like that.
And you liked that I did that.
I like that stack.
No, you love that.
Because you get you get a chance of getting those other skill positions early and getting Baker in like the 6th or 7th round.
Yeah.
And then you stack them with one of the best quarterback wide receiver combos in the league. So
one of the best stacks of this year could possibly be CeeDee Lamb with Dak Prescott, and here's why. CeeDee Lamb, we all know, is going in the top 5 in drafts right now. His ADP is like 4. You know, you take him and you wait till round 11 or 12 and you take Dak Prescott. A lot of people are down on him. As we reiterated before, the running back room for the Dallas Cowboys, not too great. Their defense, not too great either. They haven't even locked up Micah Parsons. So for me, there's going to be a lot of scoring in those games, going pinball games, you know, back and forth, back and forth. A lot of people want to talk about the Joe Burrow team. Great, but they're expensive, right? Again, we want to go where we could see value, you know?
And like, remember, yesterday's price ain't today's price. So
Right.
Joe Burrow and them might have done amazing last year, but what happened 2 years ago? And now you're talking about Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. If you had that stack 2 years ago, that was also unbelievable. Yeah. So yeah, it's really just about making sure you get the right value pick. And
basically Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are home goods, and Dak Prescott and Lamb are Target.
So who'd you say is one of your favorite stacks right now?
Dak Prescott and Lamb.
Dak Prescott and Lamb. Yeah,
but also another stack that I did bring up to Mike is Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua.
That's another.
Let's not forget about the Sean McVay offense. You could go or Matthew Stafford and Devontae Adams as well. You know, that could be a potential connection that could be very fruitful. Again, all these connections that I mentioned, and one that Mike will love is Trevor Lawrence and BTJ, Brian Thomas Jr.
Another good one.
As you can see, all of these represent value. You know, Garrett Wilson, Justin Fields, value, right? All these guys.
Caleb Williams, DJ Moore.
Right, value, right? That's all value. You know, if ones that will hurt you will probably be like a Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, right? We have to burn top 4 round picks. One that will hurt you again, like we just mentioned, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, like that. You know, that is going to hurt you, you know, because again, they're high picks. And if you want to stack those players, you're losing out on other players.
And now, so if your favorite one, Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, you know I love the Trevor Lawrence, Brian Thomas Jr. stack. It's it's not as I guess risky because Trevor Lawrence, you're literally taking him off of waivers. He's not going to get drafted. But one of the nicer ones I like right now, Patrick Mahomes and Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
Because I like you could get them both after the 4th round, hopefully 5, 6.
And what else? And he got a haircut. I thought you were going to tell me about
Holmes,
that.
The haircut.
He loves bringing up the haircut
huge.
thing.
Big deal, the haircut.
Yeah, you got that nice fade going.
Speaking of haircut, I mean, I'm never going back to this one barber I went to. I mean, he gave me the Papi Chacon special. Look at my thin mustache.
Yeah,
I always like to keep it thick.
Yeah, you look a little.
I'm butchered up.
Yeah, you did your number on you.
I
maybe have to hook him up.
That's why the hat went on today.
I don't know. I might have to hook him up, Pedro.
Pedro, listen, I'm a free agent right now, I'll be honest with you. Well, you know, so I'm constantly bouncing around.
You want me to tell you a little story before we go? So Pedro, my barber, right, loves baseball like myself. So he goes to the All-Star game Tuesday. But guess when Puma has an appointment with him? Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday.
So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, logistically, how the hell is this happening?
Where was it again?
It was in Atlanta.
Oh.
It's not like we're going to. It's not like we're going to Fairlawn. Yeah. Okay. So I'm like, oh God. Like, how do I go about texting him? Like, you know, do I say, how's the game? You know, like, are you gonna make it? So then I go, hey, it's so epic going to the All-Star game. He goes, yeah, you should go too. So I go, you know, just out of curiosity, you know, I have some events this weekend. Like, are you gonna make it by tomorrow? He's like, Puma, I'm already there. I'm taking the red eye out.
Wow.
That's dedication. That's why you got to come.
You know what, man? That Pedro, I want to meet you.
Just right there, I just told you.
Book me.
Book him.
Listen, we talked about a lot of players today. Remember your stacks. Remember these news. Follow the issues or follow the reports because you want to know if there's anything being updated on any of these rookies, Judkins, Blue, Tre Harris, any of the other guys that are unsigned. But again, like, comment, subscribe. Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, Fantasy Wise Guys, the Fantasy Wise Guys everywhere. I guess that'll do it.
That'll do it, man. Till next time, guys.
We are your hosts, Mike Meals.
Joey Puma.
The one and only.
Max
Thanks, guys. Take care.